Okay, traders. So we are back again. It's another day and it's a beautiful day. So why not record a video, catch up on our week, let you know what's going on. So in the last video, I talked about the new account that we just acquired, right? We got a new account with Take Profit Trader and it started off well. Now, when I say it started off well, you already know what happened in the end, right? But I got the account on, I believe it was Monday. I got it activated on Monday, 150K Take Profit account. Got it activated on Monday. And then we did trade well on Monday. But Tuesday came around and then we just didn't wait for our setups. Got a little bit emotional and the accounts got blown because I knew on Wednesday, today is Thursday, I'm recording this video. I knew that on Wednesday was FOMC day. But because of that, the market kept being choppy and everything kept just going not very well, right? Because a lot of people are waiting to see, FOMC come out with a statement and what they had to say about interest rate and all that kind of stuff like that. But I really was not patient. My mindset was really on making money, right? And we all know as trader how that goes, right? Whenever your mindset is just all about making money, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be blowing your accounts or you're not going to be making wise decisions, right? So that's exactly what happened to me. Now that account is laid to rest, I've learned from it. I know now that, I have to, whenever I start to feel that way that, hey, I'm going to, I have to make, when I have to make a certain amount of money, I have to take a step back, probably not trade for that day or wait until that mindset or that emotion goes away before I can start to, begin trading. So that's laid to rest. But I purchased another account. Not necessarily purchase, but I renewed another account, 150K Take Profit Trader account. And that account, I'm trading it, is going well so far. I'm halfway through passing the account. And I got 3 more days on that. And the goal is to hopefully pass it. And then now learned from what I did the last account and implement on the new account. So hopefully we can pass that account. Of course, I'll give you an update if I pass it. If I blow it, I'm going to give you an update. Because the goal here is to be able to document this journey, on these videos that I'm doing. So that's laid to rest. Now, what I'm going to be planning to do, right? Part of if this is your first video you're watching, the last 2 weeks was the first, and the last week was the first week. This week is the second week. And the goal here is to be able to focus more on my trading process and what I'm going to be doing as an entrepreneur, or just focus on the process versus focusing on what the profit is going to be. Because I know focus on the process, the profit takes care of itself. But if you focus on the profit, then the process takes care of itself, which is the losses, right? That's how I see it. So what I'm going to do trading wise for the next, this is going to be week 4. Week 4, my goal here would be to, by week 4, I want to be able to purchase some accounts, right? Some funded accounts. I want to be able to purchase them. And the first account, I'm going to be trading with 3 companies until I get the 4th one, right? The first account I want to purchase is going to be a Traderify account, 5 Traderify accounts. Now, that is going to cost me right around probably $2,550, right? And then another thing I want to add there before I go on with that is because I blew my account, now I have to go find a job, right? At first, another thing I've learned again is that at first I was so anti going back to work, right? It's like I gotta do everything possible to keep me from going back to work, right? That's also having the mentality of focusing more on the profit. Like I gotta make money so I don't have to go back to work, right? So now because I blew that account, I have to go back to work. Now I gotta find a job. Whatever job it is, I'm going to try to find a job, and I'm going to stick with that job for some time until I have $20,000 save up from payouts before I can quit that job. So that can happen within a year, that can happen within 2 months, that can happen by the end of this challenge. I believe if I put everything that I got, right, like the Bible said, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your ability, do it with all your might, soul, and strength, right? if I give my all I got to this 90-day challenge, right, or 12-week challenge, I believe I can be able to bring that to accomplishment, right? So I'm going to find me a job, and that job, I'm going to use that to be paying for my bills. And on the side, I'm going to be doing Uber. And the Uber money is going to be saved up to purchase 5 TraderFi accounts by week 4. So I have to be able to do that in the next 2.5 weeks. By week 4, buy those 5 accounts and then trade those accounts. And the profit from those accounts is going to lead me to buying 5 take profit accounts. And those take profits accounts are going to cost me right around $1,260. Just right around $1,260, because the goal here is to be able to, one, have accounts where I can trade and take my time and trade in slowly, even if payout is once a month. I don't care. But at the same time, to have accounts where I can have daily payouts coming to me. So I feel like with TraderFi account, those are accounts I can take my time with, because one-time payout per month, that's about $13,000, $15,000 per month, right? $13,500 when they take their share of the money out, and then $15,000 per month, you know, including everything. So even if I can get payout once a month, that's going to cover my bill. That's going to cover a lot of things for me, even including savings, right? And then with take profit accounts, those accounts, of course, I can be able to take daily payout, and those can cover my everyday, you know, expenses here and there. And you just got to make sure that I'm going very, very small. If possible, I can even go micro, right? And then number 3, once I get those accounts taken care of, I'm going to purchase 20 Apex Trader funding accounts. Now I got to wait until they get 90% sale coming, right? Because if they don't have 90% sale, it's very expensive to buy them and activate it. And then now, because they carry their activation fee from $85 to $130, that makes it very expensive, right? Including if, you know, you purchase the account, pass it, and then activate it, and then you bust the account. That tends to be expensive. So the goal is to be able to wait for 80% sale, purchase 20 150K accounts for them, pass them, try to pass them. If I pass them, or when I pass them, I'm going to activate them, and then I can take payout. Even with Apex Traders Funding, I can try to get 1 payout a month, and that would be right around $55,000. Think about it. If I play according to my rule and pass those accounts and get into payout, they pay you after every 8 days of consistency rule and consistently, you know, trading with not busting, with you not busting into that account. I mean, not their rules. You can get up to $55,000 with those 20 accounts, right? Even with 10 accounts, even with 5 accounts, even with 3 accounts, because they pay out on one of those 150K account with Apex Trader Funding is $2,750. If you get 10 accounts to pay out, that's about $27,000, right? $27,500, I believe, something like that. Yeah. So that's going to be the goal. Number 1, TraderFi accounts, 5 of them. Number 2, we're going to buy take profit trader accounts, and then number 3, we're going to buy 20 Apex Trader Funding account. Wait, with the Apex Trader Funding account, that's always been my dream, to have 20 of them and try to get 2 payout per month. That's $110,000. That's always been my dream, right? That's always been my goal. That's always been my goal, to be able to get those accounts, because with that, I can be able to get a lot of things done with, you know, my families, and take care of bills, and take care of, you know, all the other stuff I really need to take care of, plus savings. So that's the goal on those accounts. And part of that is going to be, someone may be asking, but how are you going to do that? Well, like I mentioned, every time I buy an account, I'm going to make sure that account takes care of itself, and then profit from that is going to be reinvested into other companies, other preference company, right? But mentally, emotionally, in order for me to really do that kind of big stuff, because in order to go through those kind of things, you really got to be mentally prepared for it, right? So I have to be very, 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 very keen and strategic about following my rules, and, you know, I got to follow them to the T, because if I don't follow them to the T, one mistake can blow my accounts. One mistake can bust, it can basically, you know, frustrate all the work that I put in. So I have to, if I tell myself, according to my rules right now, the max I can lose per trade is $600, $1,200 per day. That's what I can lose on an account. Max, if I'm really pushing it and I'm getting very emotional, $1,800, 3 trades per day. That's it. I'm not going more than that. And I can't trade past, I cannot trade before 9 o'clock in the morning unless I start doing my live account, because I'm my live trading, because I'm planning to start doing live trading. But it's going to be in the evening, because you know, all the big guys, they ought to do the trading in the morning time and everybody watching them and stuff. So, but in the evening, a lot of people don't do, you know, live trading and stuff. So I decided to do my live trading in the evening. Unless I start doing live trading in the evening, I'm not going to touch my account until 9 o'clock. The first 30 minutes of the market is very wild. Even if you find a trade and jump in it, the chances are you're going to get stopped out, especially with the kind of risk perimeter I have. NASDAQ, that's about 30 points, $600, one contract, $600, that's 30 points, right? And you know, if you trade NASDAQ, you already know that's nothing. That's like pin or change for NASDAQ. That you can get stopped out in a minute, right? But I think after 8:30, you know, next 30 minutes, the market settle down, and then I can go in there. I can analyze the market. I can wait for my setup, jump in there. I might not be making, you know, 1,800, because my goal is to make right around at least 3 to 1. If I get a 2 to 1, I can take it. 1 to 1, I can take it and just move on. I don't have to win every day, but when I win, my wins should be, you know, covering my losses. Now, I know that's kind of sounds almost closer to my risk to reward. It's almost like, you know, 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 1 in a way. But I'm going to tweak that over time, where the gap between that is going to be wide, because it's going to either be I'm risking $1,000 to make 4, or I'm risking probably 2K to make 4. So either 1 to 1, 2 to 1, or 3 to 1, or 4 to 1, right? But at least something where when I win, I know that I'm going to, you know, be making a decent amount of profit, and it's going to take me quite a bit if I'm losing to be able to give that profit back to the market. So that's the goal. You know, every day we live, we learn. And one of the things I learned, right, in James, in the book of James, it talks about consider it pure joy, my brother. I think this is James chapter 1 verse 2 and 3. It says, consider it pure joy, my brother, whenever you are faced with trials of many kinds, because the testing of your faith develop perseverance. Now, you wouldn't develop perseverance if you are not sticking through the trials, right? If you quit, you're not going to have any perseverance, right? So, like I always say, this is Jelly Trade. I've been doing this now for about 3.5 years. Still struggling a little bit. I'm starting to see, you know, some payouts this year. So far this year, I'm thinking about $12,000 in payout from Traderify. And I've taken some payout also from Apex Trader Funding as well. But I need those payouts to become consistent, and I know exactly what I need to do in order to make those payouts come consistently. That is to follow my rules. That is to stick to my psychological points, stick to my risk management, and also stick to the time for trading. That's it. Because a lot of time when I get accounts and I blow them, I don't blow them over days, right? It's not like yesterday I had a bad day, today I had a bad day, and then tomorrow I will have a bad day, and then it took me 3-4 days to blow the account. No. I think the worst blow number I ever had was one Traderify account. I got it all the way up to $38,000, took $3,000 from it. Drew that account all the way back down in losses to $500. Account almost blew. Took that account back to $27,000. And then in one single day, somehow I came. In fact, I had 22K in the account, and that evening I made 5K on the account, right? And my goal was to make $6,000. I think $6,500. So I made 5,000 plus, almost 5,800. And I was like, oh, I gotta make that $700 back. I got to make that $700 back. And that $700 I got to make back. Guess what happened? I kept on losing. I seen they kept on losing until I lost that $27,000 plus in that account. And it took me a few days, a few weeks. Probably took me about 2-3 weeks to really recover from that. And in that, I busted a lot of accounts because I still had a psychological, catastrophe going on. Where it's like I would see profit, I would not take profit because I want to make more money. I want to make my money back. And then I kept busting account, right? So that's one of the things. When you make stupid decisions and you blow an account, it just does not stay at that particular account that you blew, but it also move on to other accounts because it's all psychological, right? So that's the thing. It's very important. It's very hard because if it were easy, everybody will be trading. Everybody will be trading, bro. It's very hard, but we can do it. And this is something that's doable. Once we follow our rules, we follow what we got to do, I promise you, man, we can do this thing. We all can do it, you know, and it's going to be great, right? We very, 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 very close. We are as close can be. I don't know what that means, but I'm telling you, just stick to it. Let's follow our rules. And like always, this is Jelly Trades. Whatever our accounts or whatever company you want to throw it, man, come on, go ahead, do it. Give it a try. The worst thing that can happen is failure. It's not really failure. You only fail when you quit, right? It's just a lesson that we're going to learn. That's the worst thing that can happen. I told myself in December, hey, I'm quitting my job. I'm going to trade full-time high. I think about 10 or 15 accounts. TraderFi, everything. I did it math. I said with TraderFi, I can get about 15K every 2 weeks, 30K a month. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Came back. Guess what? The account got blown. Somehow I ordered, you know, make some money back, repurchase accounts. And then I've been trading in, you know, it's May. So since December, I haven't been working. I've just been trading full-time and doing Uber on the side. It's about the freedom. It's not really about the money. It's about the time. You having the time to be able to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want, with whoever you want. That's the goal at the end of the day. So, you know, give it a try. The worst thing that can happen, bro, you're going to blow your account. The worst thing that can happen, you're going to lose all your money. And then you just go back to your regular job. Like I just told you from the beginning of the video, I'm about to go back and find a job. And I'm going to take your bills. And then, you know, I'm going to just keep going from there. That's the worst thing that can happen. But guess what? I can do that 4 or 5 times. And the 6th time, if it work, or when it work, not if, but when it work, because I'm speaking into existence. When it work, see, this time around, go back, find a job, come and buy and purchase my 5 TraderFi account. And through the TraderFi account, I purchase my 5 Take Profit account, and then purchase 20 Apex account. And guess what? I get paid on all this account. I'm very close to $150,000. And with that money, I can just reinvest it. Pay all my bills for the next year or so for my family, you know, take a vacation here and there. And then there you go. Never going back again to work. And then you just keep reinvesting. So I don't want to make this video very long, but again, we all are here. We know why we're here. We're here to make money. I encourage you to stand your ground. Stand your ground. Stay close to whatever you're doing. Like the Bible say, whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might. So that's it. Peace. God bless you.